Jay Watts. I live here in the Marigold Co-op. I'm currently the president of the board of directors. Planning is very important for Marigold. Marigold was established back in the early 70s, so we want to make sure she's around for at least 30 more years to go. Asset management plan, brought the team in and did a complete assessment of what our future looks like, what costs will be in the future, what we must save for, what our goals will be, how often we change our roofs, do we have to change the siding, the windows, doors. We have a plan for 30 years currently right now. For the future, we're building up our reserve funds where we can see on the asset management plan where we need to expend large sums of money. And there's 2 or 3 points on our current chart that says we'll have a shortfall. So we'll have to do small borrowing to ensure it bridges us over to get the plan done and then allow for that financing in our budgets. We can basically forecast our rents up to the next 25 to 30 years to say what it'll look like. The plan is to keep the buildings alive, the co-op alive, and going on into the future. It was a bit of an eye-opener to see it all put down on the piece of paper when someone will assess how long a carpet should be good for, doors, windows, insulations, sidings, fans, right down to the sign in front of the co-op. The sign should be changed in the next 5 years because it's that old. So the plan encompasses everything. We can move a few things here and there as time comes up. The team from asset management was actually quite open to suggestions that we had. They took our input, what our concerns were, what we thought should go first, and they incorporated that in the plan, and it let us look at the numbers. And still allowed us to say, okay, I want to change 5 or 6 or 7 kitchens every year, upgrade those. I want to change carpets every so many years. We could see those windows of where it could happen. And then if we had a windfall of extra cash coming in, then we could do 3 or 4 more projects we wanted to do along the way. Excellent tool. We are currently embarking on replacing our roofs. We've done about one quarter of the roofs already. It's about a $1.1 million project. See, our asset management plan, when they came through, helped us to acquire a good financing deal through Vancity. They stepped up right away and provided this at a very good rate. For refinancing for a co-op, it can be extremely difficult. A lot of financial institutions are wary of the age of the units, of the places, and who lives here, and how static or not static the population is here, and what kind of rent money we can bring in. So in order to get financing, we have to prove the buildings are viable using things like an engineering report, bringing the asset management team that shows the pluses and the viability of our buildings and the profitability of our units. To go to a bank with that information makes a huge difference in opening up doors. They look at us and say, great, we went to one financial institution that did not want to talk to us. They treated us almost like children. They were afraid to what we were going to. They weren't aware of co-ops. They didn't understand how we worked. Vancity stepped up, who understood co-ops, and it said, yes, we'd love to take you on as a client, provide you your funding you need, and take you into the future. So we went to Vancity. The senior personnel at CHFBC were excellent in dealing with the financial aspect. They opened a lot of doors for us to make it easy. They gave us a very, very good rate, a preferred rate actually, and set up the planning and the steps for 1, 2, 3 we're in. CHFBC was actually our biggest ally in making anything happen. Things weren't happening at the government level until CHFBC stood up and things began to happen. Financing was made available through Vancity, and we're in a much better place because of that.